Hopefully, I got that right this time. Um, anyway, I'm just going to talk about some of the newest, latest, greatest, hopefully, songs out there because of the fact that apparently some people think metal is dead. That you haven't looked, but you haven't looked into the deep end of the pit just yet because the fact there's a lot of new stuff coming out, and hopefully we'll cover some of those tonight. As far as anything else goes, wait a minute here. Let me make sure I got my notes. I don't know, but anyway, um, sorry. Basically, it's just a variety of new bands coming out with new songs. Hopefully, that are fairly decent. Small bands that you might want to check out because they're one of those bands that you might not know anything about. Just like I've tried to mention on my channel several times before, and yeah, and I've had a few responses from those some of those bands. So hopefully, maybe just maybe we'll have an interview with one of them later on. Even Demon Kings mentioned it, and a few others. And also, just so you know, the new Mortal Kombat movie's out, so go check that out if you're into Mortal Kombat video game stuff. Or Mandalorian is coming out fairly soon. Check that out too. I mean, sometimes I do like to mention that because some people may or may not know that certain movies are out. So I thought, just in case you're interested in it, because I know also there was the Iron Maiden movie that was out exactly at the same time that this was out, which kind of is upsetting to me a little bit because I would love to have seen it, but I already got tickets for the other one. I definitely didn't want to miss the Mortal Kombat movie. Let me hear and get my. I hate that when it automatically goes to a certain one. Anyway, so we are going to check out these bands now and see what you think, and let me know in the comments later on about those, and I'll try to get a list. I'm not going to make any promises. I've been trying to work on getting that done, but sometimes with time frame, things I got going on, it makes it a little hard. I mean, it takes me a little while just to get certain things going before the show, like the list and everything else, and ideas for it too. It takes a little while trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing the next couple nights during the week. Number 20 is Wiring of Violence, and this is Eradicated 2026. Hello, how's it going? What? Okay, first of all, I am going to. I'm going to see if I can do that. And we are going to do. Put them on timeout. Anyway, there we go. Now we're gone. Sorry, Hunter Biden. You're gone. Anyway, sorry about that, folks. Where was it? Eradicated 2026. This track explores the loss of human anatomy and the mechanical corruption of the mind through the relentless trash assault. I am doing good, except for the one person that was being kind of rude. I think that's a little uncalled for, don't you think? The next one, which would be 19, Cruel Face of War, is from Jungle Rot 2026. It's a visceral look at the dehumanization of soldiers and the gritty, unfiltered reality of the trench warfare and combat fatigue. In the Name of the Father is from Vomit Forth 2026. This song tackles the struggles of breaking the cycles of general trauma and the crushing weight of religious and patriarchal and expectations. No Place for Warmth from Frozen Soul 2026. This using ice as a metaphor. Okay. The lyrics describe the state of total emotional isolation and the feeling of the spirit slowly freezing to death. That sounds like a rather interesting song. Oh, and by the way, my day was doing really good because I got to see Mortal Kombat, and actually, it was really good. I thought it was phenomenal. It was a little bit different than what I expected, as far as the characters and the way the story went and stuff, but still really good. Um, Denigration is in from Ingested 2026 is a brutal anthem centered in the systematic dismantling of an enemy's reputation, and the psychological destruction of one's rival. There you go. Hell is Here, Hell is Home by Body Snatcher, 2026. This track confronts the harsh reality of the suffering is not a temporary state but a permanent environment one must learn to survive in. Too Fast to Die is Archispire, 2026, a high concept, the sci-fi narrative that about overclocking the human body with cybernetics until the biological frame begins to shatter, basically from the stress of all the I'm assuming the biomechanical apparatuses on the body. Heaven Wept and Fury, I think is how you say it. Inferi. I've seen them before, and they're really good. And I have a shirt. I've worn it on the channel before. I even have my own Grogu and Fury T-shirt. That's really cool. Where he's using the Force. He's like ripping apart all the soldiers from the Empire. It's really cool. It's really awesome. Um, the next one is Overspace and oh wait a minute, I forgot. In Fury, the Medlogic masterpiece describes the fall of the celestial beings and the cosmic grief felt by a universe witnessing its own slow death, and that's Heaven Wept. Overspace and Supertime from Cryptic Shift, 2026, a journey through higher dimensions of physical laws cease to exist, exploring the terrifying scale of the unknown cosmos. Where the Light Leaves is Varials, I think is how you say it. It's Varials, 2026. The lyrics focus on the monument of total mental isolation when a person is finally abandoned and by the support of the system, their support system, and left in darkness. There you go. Right? See here. We got Dawn of the Iron Class. Yeah, make sure I said that. Icon Class. Warm Shepherd is the name of the band. 2026, a violent narrative about the overthrow of false idols and the destruction of religious structures that exploit the weak. There you go. The next one is Slave Machine from Nervosa. I know how to say that one. The same year, of course, a sharp critique of the modern industrial grind that feels and the feeling of being of an expendable cog in a heartless capitalist machine. There you go, Slave Machine. In Death Thoros is Vomitary is the name of the group. This track is provided a graphic psychological description of the final violent moment a body experiences as it ceases to function. There you go. Mortal Downer, yeah, make sure I said it. Downer. Mortal Downer. Now this one I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. It's Direen Gray. It's Grey. A psychological exploration of the self-loathing spiritual and the physical pain that manifests from prolonged mental anguish. There you go. Now this one is from Stamina. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. It's APNEA. It's a song strugger. The song captures the suffering sensation of acute modern anxiety and the liberal, desperate struggle to find air during a panic. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but maybe that's great gasping for air under certain anxiety, probably. Most people get that way. They have a hard time with that. How's it going? Hello. How are you doing? Oh, by the way, before I get any further, I want to just say, which I've probably gone through most of them. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Okay. Um, just don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because, like I said before, and I'll say it again, it's free. So why not? It grows the channel, and I can maybe hopefully get enough leverage to hopefully talk to somebody about getting an interview. I have kind of worked on that a little bit, just a tad bit. I did get on a mention on the Lords of Acid's Facebook page on their live feed, so I appreciate that from them. So I did that yesterday, a little bit about them and their band and stuff. So it's not quite the metal type thing, but it's kind of a techno style. So somebody might like that. Get a little something different. New Flesh. So, Silosis is the next one. It's a song captures a suffocating sensation of acute modern anxiety and the literal desperate struggle to find air during panic. Oh, I already said that one. The New Flesh, Silosis. Oh, I said, okay, never mind. I screwed up. This track focuses on the evolution through intense suffering and the necessity of the shredding of one's weak past self to become something stronger. Glow is Blood Monolith, is the name of the group. This track focuses on the evolution through intense suffering and the necessary of shedding one's weak self past. Okay, I think I've already read all these. I don't know. Glow, Blood Monolith is a haunting description of post apocalyptic landscapes where eerie radioactive glow of a fallen civilization is all that remains. Parasitic Nightmare. Fluency, Fulic from 2026, is a tribute to the 80s body horror films. Okay, there you go. Detailing the gruesome process of the otherworldly entities taking over human hosts from the inside. There you go. Kind of a horror flick, which actually there was an interesting couple of horror flicks that are coming out fairly soon. So you might want to check out the previews during the movie with Mortal Kombat. I'm sure they're probably playing the same movie previews or pretty close to it, depending on the theater. Death's design is Necrocot. I think it says Necrot. Make sure I spell it just in case I can't pronounce it. This song examines the inevitability of the end and argues there is a structural, almost mathematical performance to morality. There we go. Hands of Fate, 200 Stab Wounds is the name of the band. The track explores the random, brutal nature of violence and terrifying realization that one has no control over in their ultimate destiny. So, The Hands of Fate. That sounds really cool. I think that might be a really good song. I know they do a really good job with most of their songs that I've heard so far. It's really heavy and deep if you like that kind of music. And some people may not like that, so it depends on what you're into. So let's see here. I'm going to give you some tour dates, tour times of different bands that are on the list. Actually, you know what? I could have sworn Sepultura was on this list unless I got the wrong one, which it might be. I don't know. I don't know if this is the right one or not, to be honest. I might have to skip on this, but I'll tell you some tour dates of other bands maybe. How about that? Thy Art is Murder. Thy Art is Murder. Chaos and Carnage 2026, Denver, Nashville, Atlanta. I'm sure there's more going on later on. May 2026, and I'm sure it might go into other months as well. Neurocrat, Decibel Magazine Tour. Let's see. Denver, Chicago, New York, May 2026. Arcaspire is Long Roads, Big Loads. Don't ask me. I'm not saying anything more than that. Long Roads and Big Loads. Okay. Charlotte, Atlanta, and Toronto. May to June 2026. Sepultura celebrating life through death, which definitely would be cool to see. New Orleans, Denver, and LA, May 2026. Halloween is doing a 40-year anniversary. There you go. In Las Vegas, San Diego, San Francisco, sorry, and Tokyo. That's interesting. I'm sure they're going to be playing some other places, but it's hard to say. From April to May, unless they're only doing a short tour, it's hard to say. Spirit, or Spite, sorry. A North American tour, Denver, Chicago, Detroit, June 2026. Alpha Wolf is coming. Half Living Things Tour is what the name of the tour is called. Fort Collins, interesting. Springs and Madison, June 2026. And I'm sure there's other tour dates. Deathlock is the Multathon Tour, I think is how you say it. Denver, Dallas, Houston, and that's in May 2026. So there you go. You got your different shows going on, and it looks like I don't know if I've got some people watching yet or not. Probably not. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I guess maybe everybody's watching the new movie, probably, so they're not here as usual, well, like they usually are, because maybe they're watching a late night movie. Which reminds me, when Mandalorian comes out on a Saturday, I definitely will not be here, so I may record some if I have time beforehand to see that, because of the fact that a friend of mine that wanted to go, I thought might have to do a later movie. I was going to do that, and I'm still not sure if they're going to be able to make it. And I was thinking, well, I could always buy an earlier ticket, but the only thing is, I don't want to mess it up if he can go. So I'm going to do a late ticket on a Saturday that week. So I might not be able to get on here, or maybe if I do, it might be super late or later than usual. So it'll be, I think the movie starts around 10 o'clock. So, and if it's 2 hours long, yeah, and another half an hour, so that's 2.5 hours, it'll be like way past midnight, you know, yeah, like 12:30. By the time I drive home, it'll be like 1 in the morning. Go figure, right? But it's gonna be good because it's Mandalorian, Grogu, and also it's gonna be in 3D, XD, and D box, which it vibrates the chairs. It's gonna be really cool if all three of those are together, because I've had a few movies like that. It's phenomenal. So if you never tried it, you should, because it's pretty impressive, I think. Unless you don't like vibrating chairs, who knows? I mean, some people might enjoy that depending on who you are, right? Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next week. And I know the movie won't be then, it'll be a little bit later in the month. So I think it's sometime at the end of the month. So we'll see, like the 24th, 25th. I don't know. So thanks for watching. Take care. And don't forget to, like I said, headbang, like, and subscribe. And I will see you next week.